And I'm gonna open it up for the first time. Howdy, I'm Daniel with Roslyn Rags and welcome to a tie-dye tutorial. In this video I would like to demonstrate how I fold a guitar. So I have a 100% cotton bandana that has been soaked in soda ash, and I folded it in half and along the longest length of it, and I'm just drawing on half a guitar. And I don't play instruments, so I may not be the best at kind of recreating a guitar, but this is kind of how I do it. So I've drawn out a half a guitar, and you can just Google a guitar and kind of go off of that. And I'm going to start on the top, and I'm going to start fan folding along the line that I just drew. And when I get to the corners, I try and get them either on the top or the bottom of the fold, and that will make the corner easier and kind of more accurate to a 90-degree corner. So here is this, and I'm just following up this line that I drew, and now I'm at another corner and I'm trying to get that at the top. And if it doesn't make it all the way to the top or the bottom, you can make it a little bit smaller. It doesn't have to go all the way up to the top of the set of folds that I'm doing. And my folds are probably around 1/4 of an inch. And I'm not doing the fabric directly on the table. I have my one hand kind of working the bottom side of the fabric and the other hand working the top side of the fabric. So there is this. Now I have some artificial sinew, and I'm going to just wrap it around right on the line, and then I'm going to pull it tight, and if it slips out on you, it's okay, just go ahead and redo it. And that feels pretty good to me. Now I have this part of the guitar, and I'm going to just do a quick fan fold on that. And then I'm going to wrap the artificial sinew around that. Now I'm going to cut the artificial sinew without cutting the bandana, and I'm going to take the rest of the body of the guitar and just kind of get it all together so it's not going to be touching the background of the guitar or any other part of the design. And I put a rubber band on that. Now I'm just going to kind of bunch this up like that, and I'm going to put 1 or 2 rubber bands on this, maybe a few more. So that's 1 rubber band. There is our second rubber band. So here is our folded up guitar. Let's go dye it. I am in front of my dyeing tray and I have the guitar right here. I'm going to start off with some brown. I'm going to move my tray out of the way a little bit. My dyeing tray is just a refrigerator rack over a plastic tub, and I'm going to be I want to add a lot of dye onto this. It's just going to be brown. I don't want really any other colors into it, so the more dye that I use, the easier it will soak into the design. I'm going to try and squeeze out the excess brown just so it doesn't bleed out into the rest of the pattern. So now next to, sorry if I went out of camera there, but next to the brown I have some black, and that will be just this little section right here of the guitar. I'm not sure what that's called. And I will squeeze that. Now I'm going to rinse off my hands really quickly. So now I have the rainbow in front of me, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I'm going to start off with red, and I'm going to put it right next to the guitar body. That looks good to me, and since I'm just dealing with a bandana, the fabric is fairly thin and it's relatively easy to get the dyes this close to each other. Instead of doing yellow right now, and I just did orange, I'm going to skip to green and put green right here. I'm going to just leave a nice little gap for the yellow. And next to the green, I will be placing blue, and this is turquoise. Then I'm just going to finish off the design. Well, I have purple next, and this is raspberry. I'm actually going to put a little more red on the end, and maybe even a little bit of orange. Alright, now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to apply basically the same dyes where I did the first side. I'm not going to place as much dye down, and that will kind of give it a nice little feathered look or off-step look. And I just put orange down, and I'm going to put green down, and I left a little bit of a gap for the yellow. I'm actually going to put some orange down here as well, and some red while I have it here. Now I'm going to do some purple next to the red. And this raspberry color has a little bit of turquoise with it, and it'll bleed out into the turquoise if you put the dye down correctly. And then I just put down a little bit of turquoise. I'm going to put down yellow. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to put down some yellow on this side. Now I'm going to put it in a plastic bag and let it sit for 24 hours before washing it out. Thanks for watching. Have fun dyeing. So I have the guitar in front of me, and I'm going to open it up for the first time. It's been washed out once. I kind of find that if I wash an item out once, if it goes through the whole wash cycle, it's easier to handle. I don't get as much dye on my hands when I open it up. And I'll reuse the rubber bands. I won't reuse the artificial sinew. I kind of feel that it loses some of its properties in the washout process, but there you go. There's a guitar. Thanks for watching. Have fun dyeing.